Hello guitaristas, my name is Adina and you are watching the Spanish Guitar Hub, and today I will show you some warm-up exercises that I usually do before I start playing, or you can do these exercises every day just to maintain your technique. So for these exercises what you need is a metronome. I have it on my phone, and also you need a guitar. And now we will get into it. So before I actually start playing, I always make sure that I'm warm in the house. I have cold feet, cold hand, so then I always put on the heating or drink a cup of tea. And the second thing that I'm usually doing is massage my hand. So then I go through every finger just to loosen them up a little bit before I start playing. And actually it's very helpful, so then I feel a little bit more relaxed with my fingers. And also it's good to warm up the wrist as well, so we do like circular movements to one hand, one side and then another side, up and down, and then we can start playing. So the first exercise that we will do is actually a 4 notes per beat exercise, and it is like 4 notes per string exercise with picado. Picado is when you use an alternate picking with your index and middle finger, and you always use the other finger, and also you always end up on the next string, so you had a little bit more power, so it is like. Obviously you don't end up in the next string when you play the low E string, but otherwise all the other times you end up in the next string. And then you set the metronome to one speed which you are comfortable with, and that's your starting speed, and gradually you start to speed up. And I set the metronome to 80 BPM, and then I start playing. After when you went for a few rounds, you can start increasing your speed. So then in my case it will be 90 BPM. And then you do exactly the same exercise. And after you can go even higher and higher until you feel like that you are out of rhythm and you cannot keep up with the speed, and then you need to go back to the lower one. And of course you can do this as much as you want, but after I move on to the next exercise, and this will be a 4 notes per beat exercise as well. It is arpeggio. So what I usually do, I start with thumb, and after I use my ring, middle and index finger. I always end up with my thumb on the next string, so it is a little bit more powerful, and I start with 80 BPM. But you can start in any speed that you are comfortable with. And the next exercise will be thumb and index, middle and ring finger. And I'm not that comfortable with this one, so I start with 70 BPM. Still, you can start even slower, so you don't have to do it like me. And after, of course, you can go higher again. And after I move on to the 3 notes per beat exercises, and I start higher with this one because it is less notes in one beat. So I start with 110 and it is the same exercise like the first one, just with 3 notes per beat. So you play 3 notes per string. So now I move on to the neck exercises. So I play the C major scale and the modes, which goes through all the neck, and this is 3 notes per beat, and I play with 110 BPM as well as a start, and after I go faster from there. You can go forever with this kind of exercise. And then I try to do the same thing backward. How to go backward is basically not to start from the first position to go down, but from the second position to go down. So we start from here. Okay, and after this I move on to the next exercise, which will be Picado triplet, and I do 110 BPM, and I play the B region scale, and I play triplets on each beat. This is the B region scale. And I actually did another video lesson on this one, and click here if you would like to go to that one. And so on. I mean, it wasn't like very tight, but I go through quite a few times with this one until I get very tight. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson, and if you didn't know, I'm actually writing a book. I finished it. I'm just preparing my new website and then my Kickstarter campaign where you can pre-order your copy. If you would like to get your copy, please subscribe to the mailing list on the link below. Because the book will be available soon with a lot of video lessons like this. Also, the tab for this one is available on my Patreon campaign and will soon be available for everybody else. But if you would like to get the tab straight away, please go to my Patreon campaign and support me there. And see you guys next Sunday with another guitar video. Hello guitaristas, my name is Adina and you're watching the Spanish Guitar Hub, and today I will show you an exercise to practice the main melody of the Malagueña. And in this exercise, at first we will do 1 note per beat, and then 2 notes per beat, and then 3 notes per beat, and we will use a metronome to